Welcome to 15 Minutes with Dad, the show where we connect, support, and empower fathers to be the backbone their families need. I'm your host, Lirec Williams, and every story, every lesson I share here is rooted in my journey as a dad and the powerful tools found in my book, Man Up From Our Trauma to Being Impactful Fathers. It's a guide for turning pain into purpose, and you can grab your copy today on Amazon. The perfect gift for fathers this holiday season. If you're finding value in these conversations, take a moment to rate the show. Your support helps other dads like you discover this platform and join us in the mission of fatherhood empowerment. Let's continue to grow together one step at a time. Now let's dive into today's episode.
Hey, what's going on, dads? Welcome to another episode of 15 Minutes with Dad. My name is Lirec, your host, and we love talking about family. We love talking about mental health and all things daddom. And thank you again for joining me. Happy holidays to everyone listening. I'm going to drop a few episodes this holiday, and you're going to be able to have a conversation, listen to a conversation that I have with different family members. But today I'm talking to you myself, and during this holiday I tried something different than I would in every single other holiday, and I talked about being present in a few episodes ago, and today I'm going to be talking about how to create that space to be present. And I'm going to guide it based on this meme that someone posted, one of my friends posted, and I'm going to read it out. And essentially, it says, women, when your husband says he doesn't want anything for Christmas, he's not being hard to shop for. He's being honest. Men buy what they want, need throughout the year. Socks and undershirts really are enough. And if it's stuff we need. Christmas is more about you and the children to us. On Christmas morning, we want to watch our wives and kids opening presents and getting excited while drinking coffee and a Christmas movie playing in the background. We want to put stuff together and watch you all enjoy it. We have all we need with you. I love this quote. There are some things in here that I did want to talk about because I feel like we as dads do this, and there's this microcosm that exists in these spaces where we do these things. And so today we'll be addressing this meme that I just mentioned before. And thank you for joining me. If you haven't liked, shared, or subscribed to this podcast, you can find us on every social media platform. You can find us on every podcast streaming platform that you can think of, from Deezer to PodTube to Spotify and iTunes. So make sure that you go and rate us, and you can send us a message directly as well. So let's get into it. All right, dads, welcome back. Again, my name is Lirec. Let's jump into this episode where we talk about creating space for being present during the holidays. Based on this quote, I talked about this quote where it says, basically, buying us socks and shirts is all we need. We like to watch you guys, the wife, the family, and the kids opening up presents and drinking our coffee, and with the Christmas movie playing in the background. We want to put the stuff together and then watch our kids enjoy it. There are pieces in it I mentioned before that it's not that I have a problem with it. It's some things that I think are this micro piece that exists when these big moments that happens in our life, and these places where we create memories, and where we usually take the back seat to kind of watch all the experience happen, and we take that in as like, yes, this is great, and we take it all in, and that's a good thing. But we also have this place, this space that exists where we could create something and actively be a part of the memory that's taking place. When our kids are waking up on Christmas morning, or when our wives are, everybody's getting ready, they're opening presents, they're taking videos, they're getting excited about their stuff and laughing and smiling. And we're, drinking our coffee and smiling while watching them. Where are we in the picture in our kids' mind and our wives' mind in that moment when our kids are excited or enjoying their new toy, or, what are we doing in that time frame? And so I wanted to use this quote, but it also connects to something that I've been working on this year specifically surrounding holidays. I'm not a big holiday person, and I chose that. But it's actually been a detriment to a lot of moments that I could have created memories with my family. And I learned, as a part of my therapy throughout this past year, it got down to the point where I'm always thinking about what next. I'm always thinking about what can I do next to make this better? What can I do next after this? Or while I'm in something, I'm never really savoring the moment. And I'm going to use the word savoring quite a bit. And it's kind of based off a podcast that I listened to a while back, but savoring the moment. How are we savoring that moment? And my therapist mentioned to me, hey, you can try connecting these moments to create memories in your life instead of just trying to survive them or get done with them, whether it's a party, whether it's friends coming over, whether it's, you're entertaining people, dinner with in-laws, whatever that may be. We tend to dread some of these things, and then we're like, oh my God, I can't wait till it's over. But in reality, all of these moments are our experiences. And a thing that she mentions to me is that in order to really create a memory, your memory is based on how you experience the environment with your five senses. And so something that I decided to do this year regarding that is to make sure that I create memories with my family and be present in a way that I am able to savor the moment while using my five senses. So whether that's, something that we eat or something that has a feeling to it, or maybe it's, like a feeling that I'm, creating, whether I'm hugging my kids or, and I do this on a regular, but it was something about me intentionally doing it that has made this experience so far that much better. When I say that with my intentional savoring of my moments, I've learned how much I take my life for granted. And the moments that I have with my family, I've taken, how long I've taken it for granted. For instance, there was a moment where I woke up early in the morning and I gave my teenage daughter a hug before she walked out. I woke up to go take a walk early in the morning, and she was leaving, and I gave her a hug. And I watched her run. She was late, but I watched her run to get on the bus, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, wow, I have not seen my daughter get on a bus in a long time, in years. And it made me cry a little bit because I feel like I've missed so much. Something so subtle as my teenage daughter getting on the bus, and she's been riding the bus to school all her life, I used to, there was a year or two that I just dropped her off at school, but missing those times of her getting up and going to school, saying good morning, being the first person she sees before she goes to school. I missed a lot of that. And I hate that I did, and so, but that was like the first, hit of mine when I started this journey of being present. Holidays are usually bad in my relationship. We usually fight during this time. And so the goal that we made was okay, we're going to be present. My girlfriend always used to tell me, hey, you need to be present. You need to be present. I'm like, what the hell? I'm here. How much more present can I be? I'm here. But I understand now what she meant, and my mind was always somewhere else. Maybe it's a message. Maybe it's a call. Maybe it's business. Maybe I'm talking about work. Maybe I'm talking about business. Or I'm talking about some project that I'm working on, and I wasn't actually savoring the moment. I was there, drinking my coffee, smiling at my kids while they experience the world, and my girlfriend while they experience the world. It's almost as if I'm riding life for the ride.
Hey, what's going on to all my dads out there? A quick pause on our fantastic journey today to share something special with you. If you've been enjoying the insight stories and dad wisdom we dive into every episode, then you're going to love this. I've poured my heart, soul, and a whole lot of dad experience into my book, Man Up, From Our Trauma to Being Impactful Fathers. It's not just a book. It's a self-help guide. It's a companion for every dad out there looking to strengthen their bond with their kids, navigate the challenges of trauma, fatherhood, and discover new ways to find joy in the most ordinary moments. Inside, you will find stories, anecdotes about my life, practical advice, and those light bulb moments that you'll have to say, aha, so I'm not the only one. Whether you're a new dad, feeling a bit overwhelmed, or seasoned pro looking for fresh perspectives, Man Up, From Our Trauma to Being Impactful Fathers is your go-to guide for all things fatherhood. And because you are a valued listener of 15 Minutes with Dad, I've got a special offer just for you. Head over to 15minuteswithdad.com/manup and use the promo code DAD15 at checkout for an exclusive listener discount. But wait, it gets even better. When you grab your copy today, you'll also get access to a special bonus chapter that's not available anywhere else. It's my way of saying thank you for being a part of our Dadtastic community. All right, let's dive back into our episode.
And if you think about it, dads, a lot of us sit back and just look at our, because we are proud of what we made with our hands, made a family, right? But it's this is one of those micro pieces that people don't tell you about because we just emulate it. And I don't think women ever liked it. They never liked it. This is kind of like I was saying earlier, a microcosm that exists, and the underlining like disruption of a relationship is our ability to be present and experience. We think like, okay, we create this atmosphere for our family to do and be. We create this environment for them to be their best and live their best life. But what about our part in the story? What about our part in the story where we are actively carving identity into our family? Where is our leadership, where our servant leadership, where we're there with our family? Smiling, holding, laughing, joking, showing patience, all that good stuff during the lifespan of our relationship and our lifetimes. I have learned so much in these last couple months. This Christmas has been the best. I mean, let me tell you how crazy this Christmas, how good this Christmas has been to me in my mind. This Christmas has been so good. I'm walking around, I'm all day at work singing Mariah Carey, whistling it. What else? Singing it, whistling it, humming it. All I want for Christmas is you. I swear to you guys, I hated that song with every bit of my being. From the moment she popped her head out like a groundhog to the moment that she went back underground. Like, I tell you, I I've been enjoying this Christmas so much that I've actually felt what Christmas spirit is. Whereas I felt like I've suppressed that crap since I was a teenager. I was like, man, Christmas sucks around here. And I've just stopped caring about it. Not saying that Christmas is like, oh my God, but it's a time for family, just like Thanksgiving or whatever, Easter, whatever, all these different holidays. But it's like, it's a time for family. Whether you celebrate holidays or not, it's a time for family. And I have been able to pour into my family in a way that I have never had. And I've had to deal with things and realize that, okay, I'm not used to engaging with them in this way. And I'm having to learn how to engage differently and actually talk to them and say, hey, look, I was wrong for saying how I said it. I do feel how I felt, but I am wrong for saying how I said it. Like, I'm able to visualize and see how my family is reacting or how my family is taking in who I am. If you are not actively present, your family won't know how to engage with you at any time. If your family's ever told you, man, I don't even know how to talk. Like, I don't know how to talk to you. You're always upset. You're always angry. It's because you're not present, bro. It's because you're not present and you're not actively engaging through your life. You're riding the ride along the ride because you did your job. You got work, got income coming in. Family gets to do stuff. Kids get paid for, stuff get paid for with the kids. The wife get to do what she want. Like, all of that good stuff. Like, that's cool. But you actually got to be a human out here in these streets. You got to be a real human. And that means engaging with people, your family, and being present in those memories. Sitting down and playing a game. Like, I play a game of chess with my 4-year-old. This kid is crazy. He loves chess. Shout out to Emmy. He loves chess. And I couldn't be more happy for him. And I love chess too. So I sit down and I play with him. I play with my 10-year-old, Abraham. Play with him. I can't get my 16-year-old to play much. She don't like to play it. But she loves basketball. So I meet her there. You have to be present, fathers. Like, I'm talking about the dads that are feeling like their relationship is kind of going crap. And they're like, somebody said, hey, I need you to be present. You got to put work down. Got to put your phone down, your next project down, your next goal down. You got to put it down for a couple moments to actually ingest and savor the moment with your senses. Smell, sight, touch, taste, hear, your hearing, like whatever it is. Create a memory with those senses. And I promise you, like, okay, today, my girlfriend was like, hey, let's color. Let's print out some pictures and we're going to make a family bingo. And she was like, we're going to print out the pictures. We're going to color them and then we're going to scan them back in and make a homemade bingo game. I was like, bro, I got ADHD. That's a lot of steps. I was like, I don't even know. I'm just going to do the first step. What you need me to do? Print it out? Okay, I printed it out. And then she was like, all right, we're going to color it. She was like, you want to color too? I was like, not really, but like I didn't tell her not really, but in my head I was like, fuck, no, I don't want to do that. But I was like, okay, I'm in the heat of trying to be present. I'm going to do it. And so I did it. And I'm going to tell you the thoughts that went through my head as soon as I got that piece of paper. I looked at everybody else's paper. They were all coloring, and my daughter, my 16-year-old daughter, my 10-year-old, and my girlfriend, they were all sitting at the table. They were coloring. And I was like, oh my God, you guys color good. And I was like, man, we all color different. It's going to take us different amounts of time. How are we going to get this bingo together? Like, oh my God, there's so many pieces on my color, like on my paper that I have to color. All these different colors. Some of it's white, like a snowman. How the hell do I color a snowman? I was thinking of all these things that had nothing to do with the point of the coloring thing. And so I just started coloring on this thing and I'm like upset. It's not coming out. I'm like, oh my God, this is a terrible color. This is a terrible color too. It's a terrible color choice. I was over here judging before I even started. This paper's fully black and white with just lines and some white. And I have maybe a couple color specks. And then toward the middle of it, I'm like, oh my God, this is great. This is fun. I started enjoying this thing that I was despising and finding all these different reasons why I shouldn't do it. Because I'm my dad. I haven't colored in so long. I don't remember the last time I colored. Like, my daughter was probably in middle school, elementary even, when I last colored, just because she had something that I needed to color with her, or we were coloring together. I was teaching her to color better, something, whatever that is. There was a purpose behind it. But this was just coloring just for the sake of coloring. And I had so much anxiety starting it out because I'm like, I'm a dad. I don't color. I'm a real dude. Real dudes don't color. No, I'm joking, but I end up coloring this thing, and it looks gorgeous. It looks beautiful. And my girlfriend's like, oh my God, that's great. My daughter's like, oh my God, that's pretty. And I look at it, and I'm looking at it right now as I talk to you guys. It's a snowman in a snow globe with a Christmas tree and a present. And I look at this thing, and I was like, it ain't even done. I'm like, I got so much more I want to do. And my daughter came over while I was coloring. I remember she was like, oh my God, I like what you did with that snow right there. And I was like, what? You like it? But so I use it as an example of like, those comments that they made in that moment to me uplifted me in a way that I wasn't uplifting myself. I wasn't pouring into myself. My family had a moment where I met them at, and I sat at this table with them, and I colored with them in silence, picking my little colors, going back to my little paper, coloring it while everybody's coloring their things. And they were able to pour into me in a way that I don't ever give them an opportunity to, because I'm always pouring into them. And I was like, oh my God, I like this part. I like this thing. And I'm like, you know what? That is cool. Thank you. Like, when you're active, you get something back from your family when you're present with them. So if I go back to this little meme that I started off with, when it said that Christmas is more about you and the children to us, it's about all of us. We're all in need of being pouring. And if your wife wants to buy you a gift and she asks you what you want, tell her, even if she can't afford it, if you know her budget ain't what it is, tell her what you want anyway. But I can assure you, you give her something to reach for, to please you, to pour into you. It's our job to give our family ways to pour into us. We pour into them by way of how we are with them, provide for them, love on them, hug on them. But we need to give them a way to feel human as well. Our wives, our kids, we have to give them a way to feel human. Our partners, we got to give them a way to feel human. And I had a therapy session. I remember this therapy session a long time ago when my therapist asked me, so when was the last time you let one of your friends do you a favor? And I was like, I don't even ask for favors. I don't ask for favors. Like when people offer you things, do you take it? I was like, usually not. Like, I'm not really, But he was like, actually, the way that this is like two different therapists, by the way. If I said she earlier, and I have two different therapists from different times, but it was more into the side of like, in order for people to feel human, they need to feel like they're a part of something. To feel a part of something, they have to give into that thing. And if you are in someone's life and them giving into you is their way of being connected to you. And so when someone offers something, take it. And that's my words to you. When your family wants to give you a thing, even if it seems like it's their last thing, maybe it seems like they're sacrificing to give you a thing, take it. Because they will appreciate the fact that they are able to pour into your life, Dad. Whether it's by comments, whether it's verbally, whether it's physically, financially, psychologically, however that may be, take it, open up, be present, and let your family pour into you by creating a space for yourself to be present. That's my message for you guys today. Real short and sweet. I don't know if it's short, but very sweet. If you liked what you heard today and you feel that my message can come across or really explain this thing to your loved one or a dad in your life or whoever, pass this message along, pass this podcast along, forward this to people. Next year, my goal is to be more present in this podcasting space and be more of a vocal space. I said space a lot. Well, if you like what you heard today, take this episode, share it with anybody that you feel can appreciate this episode. That is the episode for today. If you feel like what I talked about today resonates with you and you think may resonate with someone else, please share it with those people. I am Lirec and I enjoyed having you here with me today. Thank you for listening. And I hope that you are able to create a space where you are able to be present with your family and allow them to pour into you this holiday season. Thank you very much. Y'all take care.
And just like that, we've hit an end of another epic journey here at 15 Minutes with Dad. I'm your host, Lirec, and I am thrilled to have shared this time with you. But guess what? The conversation is far from over. Want to dive deeper into the Dadverse? Check out our website at 15minuteswithdad.com and join our vibrant community on Instagram, Discord, and TikTok for your daily dose of dad inspiration, camaraderie. And here's something special. Subscribe to our newsletter at 15minuteswithdad.com for exclusive goodies and behind-the-scenes peeks you won't find anywhere else. Got a burning question or a dad moment that made you proud? We're all ears. Submit your questions and share those special moments with us for a chance to be featured and shout out on our show. It's your time to shine in our dad community, so tap in with our Discord, and our server is at 15 Minutes with Dad. So tap in for that. Engage with the community, and you will be featured on our show. Each week we will do another feature, so join in. Love today's episode. Spread the love by sharing it with a friend and leaving us a review. Let's get the word out and grow our awesome dad family, because guess what? When you give us a review and you rate our podcast, you give everybody the chance to enjoy what you've enjoyed about this podcast as well. So mark your calendars, because new episodes drop every Thursday of the week. Ready for more heartwarming stories, laughs, and dad wisdom? We can't wait to have you back. But until next time, keep being the amazing dad you are. Every day is a new adventure and every moment is special. Catch you on the next episode. Love, peace, and chicken grease.